Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning into today's video. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you're not, make sure you're subscribed too, girl. What you doing? So I'm actually feeling myself right now, y'all, because I just left the salon and your girl is loving her hair. It's giving, I smell like a fresh black woman right now, okay? I'm just gonna say that I smell like freshness. I smell like cocoa butter. I smell like vanilla. I smell like burnt hair. Okay, I smell like the perfect combination. Sugar, spice, and everything nice. Okay? When you leave that salon visit, you be smelling like the ancestors. Alright, so considering I just left the salon, I wanted to take it upon myself to officially film a do's and don'ts and pros and cons of kinky curly tape-ins. Okay, so I just left my stylist. We discussed my last wash day and all the things that I might have possibly did wrong and what I can do on my next wash day. Okay, so I actually prepared a list of things to just keep me on track for this video. So if you guys do see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at the notes that I took so that I can relay all of this information to you guys, okay? So, oh, I'm like, the tape-ins are just giving, okay? So I actually asked the stylist to put them into a rod set for me, and it looks so good. I'm gonna have to stop this video and take pictures. Because wow. So yeah, I asked her to style it into a rod set for me. So if you guys are curious as to how this hairstyle was achieved, it is on my channel. Make sure you go ahead and check it out. I will also link it up here. All right, so I've done twist out, I've done braid out, and I've now done perm rods on my kinky curly tape-ins. So I think next is going to be a wash and go, and then I might be done with the tape-ins. I ain't gonna lie, I'm ready to like get up in here and like really do some hairstyles, but I can't because there's tape on my scalp. So I can only do limited styles like twist outs, braid outs, wash and goes, perm rods, which is what I've been doing. So yeah, I'm ready to get into the hairstyles, the protective styles for summer, that summer heat. So I don't know how much longer I'm gonna have these tape-ins in, but I'm enjoying it while I have it now. I have so much new growth, you guys. Like I can feel where the tape-ins like have grown, you know, the tape-ins are growing out with my hair. So I can feel my new growth literally. And sometimes when you're always in your hair, you don't recognize or realize how much your hair is actually growing. So to be able to see it in a way that's like clear evidence of hair growth is pretty nice, all right? So let's go ahead and get into these pros and cons of kinky curly tape-ins. I am not biased in any way. I will not say that the journey has been easy, okay? But I also wouldn't say that it's not doable either. I will say that I do my hair. As you guys know, I make hair videos. So for me, adding on or adding in more hair isn't too much of a difference. But I will say I am having to do more than I am used to, okay? And I'm someone who does my hair all the time. So if you don't like to do your hair, or if you don't have the time, this is actually the first tip. If you do not like to do your hair or do not have time to do your hair and really get up in there and detangle and make sure that every day you're doing something, this might not be for you. Say that, all right? So let's go ahead and get into the notes that I wrote. All right, so let's start with the do's. So first on my list, first and foremost, the most important thing is detangling. And I know I've said this in my previous videos, but I feel like I really need to stress this because as someone who is a hair health advocate, I will not put this in my hair and not tell you guys the truth. I have a duty to tell the truth and to tell you guys the proper maintenance and care and what it really takes to achieve this look or to just maintain your kinky curly tape-ins. So detangling is going to be first on the list, y'all. You have got to detangle. You have got to tie your hair down. There's no slip-ups. Slip up and you might be bald. Okay, that was a little bit exaggerated. I apologize. But slip up and your hair might be matted and knotted. That's not an exaggeration, okay? Which means you'll have to cut it, which basically means that your hair is falling out, okay? I don't detangle every day. Let me just clarify. I don't detangle every day, but when that wash day comes, I am making sure that I am detangling my hair, pulling apart the braid out, pulling apart the twist out, fluffing it out, doing whatever, combing through it if you have to, before I apply that shampoo. Because once that shampoo is in your hair, it's a whole different story. The matting will be crazy. So make sure you're thoroughly detangling. Yeah, just make sure you're thoroughly detangling on wash day and in between styles. So if you're switching from a twist out to a braid out, make sure you fluff out the entire twist out. Make sure nothing is like stuck or in the pattern. You need to undo it all. So if you had a twist out and then you just braid down that twist out and it's still in that twist pattern, it's gonna mat, y'all. It's gonna mat. You can't rebraid the twist out that's not fully fluffed out. It's gonna mat. I'm telling y'all, just the texture of this hair, it's gonna mat. It needs to be detangled between each style, because by the end of my braid out, my hair, I can already by the end of a braid out or twist out, it's like the tape-in hair is matting, truthfully and honestly. So you need that little bit of comb out or detangle before you switch to the next style. So I cannot stress that enough. Detangle, 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 detangle. Make sure your hair is good and preserved, okay? So the second do is to moisturize your scalp with water or leave-in spray. So basically, you guys know that when you get tape-ins, you can't put conditioner above the adhesive line. So I asked my stylist, well, how do I condition my scalp, you know, since I cannot put conditioner above the tape-in adhesive? And she recommended, which is actually a great idea to do whether you have tape-ins or not, but she recommended to just spray your scalp with like a leave-in spray. So you guys know I use like Uncle Funky's Midnight Train leave-in spray. Spray it on your scalp after you wash, or even and in between your wash days, just to promote growth and keep your scalp moisturized underneath that. That way that promotes hair growth as well, and of course the tape-ins will grow down with your hair. So after you moisturize your scalp, you have to allow it to air dry, which actually gets into my next point. If you go to the gym, this is a do. Make sure that you air dry your tape-ins. So any water, wetness, whether it's leave-in, working out, or washing your hair, or however your hair gets wet, your scalp gets wet, make sure you air dry, okay? Because you don't want to leave the tape-ins wet for too long. That will loosen up the adhesive. You want them to dry out, basically. So on my list of do's, I also have co-wash, and I put co-wash versus co-wash because I wanted to basically explain the difference between the two. Because during my last wash day, I feel like I only needed a co-wash. I don't think I needed a full wash, which I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I'm not a hairstylist, and to be able to manage this, do the shampoo, do the conditioner, detangle, style, it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot, and I do hair. Like, I keep stressing this point, I know, but it's a lot, y'all. It's really a lot, okay? So I think a co-wash, if you're not like super hair savvy, I think a co-wash will be fine. So if you don't feel like doing all the steps, it's really not necessary, y'all. You can just co-wash and then style. Like, literally just skip the conditioner part, because for me that was a disaster. So next wash day, I'm co-washing. I went to the salon today and she washed it with shampoo, condition, steam, and styled. I'm gonna let the stylist do that, okay? Because I have it in me. Actually, I don't. After the last wash day, I don't have it in me. I'm gonna be real. Okay? So yes, next wash day I will be co-washing, and you know, I think I'm going to add maybe a little bit of conditioner, but if I do add conditioner, it's going to be like literally on the ends. Like, I'm not going anywhere near my tape-ins, all right? So I did say co-wash versus wash. So for the washing part, I would say you can, if you do want to do all the steps, that is completely fine. As you guys saw, I did it. So if you do want to wash, condition, detangle, style yourself, here is what I suggest. When you shampoo, don't be... Okay, let's keep it here. Let's keep it here. Light scrub and rinse. Not a, because that's what I was doing. I was in there like, I was getting up in there like scrubbing my scalp for real. And all you need to do is a gentle rub and rinse, okay? Like I said, let the stylist get up in there, okay? because this is different. This is a lot different, okay? So when I went to condition, I conditioned below the adhesive line, but I know that for a fact I definitely got way too close. I got way too close because some of it did like seep up. I don't know how it all did it, but I know I got way too close, and I did end up getting conditioner on my hair. Also, when I was parting through or sectioning my hair for the condition and detangle, I don't think I sectioned properly, because I mean I sectioned properly, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that the hair was on top of each other. And I think like the different sections, the conditioner bled into the different sections as I worked my way up, you know. Yeah, so just make sure that you just apply conditioner way below the line, like way below, like nowhere near your scalp really. Which is why she said to go ahead and spray the different sprays and leave-ins and water into your scalp on after wash day. All right, so those were my do's. Let's get into my don'ts. Even though I'm kind of like mixing around, jumping around, but yes, let's get into my don'ts. So my don'ts is don't allow your hair to get matted or neglected, which we discussed. When you detangle, especially on wash day, when you're detangling, don't be too rough. Like, just like I said with the scrubbing, just be gentle with your tape-ins in general. Don't be rough. Hold your tape-ins at the root if you need to, and then detangle, which is what I'll be doing next time. Because if you just detangle like how you normally would with your regular natural hair, it's not, your tape-ins are gonna come out, they're gonna slide out, they're gonna slip out, especially with conditioner in your hair and you're pulling and tugging. The conditioner just gives it way to just whoosh, loosen right out. So that definitely happened to me. Don't be too rough when styling. Like I said, gently detangle so tape doesn't loosen. Apply conditioner below adhesive line. We talked about that. When shampooing, okay, so I kind of like mixed up my do's and don'ts. Get a shampoo that easily lathers and then rinse. That way you don't have to do too much scrubbing, getting up in there. You can just gently cleanse your scalp and then let the water rinse and run it out, okay? Don't pre-poo or deep condition. This is not, tape-ins are not meant for that, okay? So tape-ins are not meant to be wet for an extended period of time. They're just meant to be wet for washing your hair and then drying. So do not pre-poo. I know detangling before that shampoo is very, very important, but just do a dry detangle. Pull the curls apart. Make sure there's no knots and kinks and, you know, bunches of hair that are bundled up, okay? Don't deep condition. Again, if they barely last with conditioner, don't deep condition, because you're basically just taking your tape-ins out and wasting your money at that point. Do not deep condition, okay? Your hair will be fine without being deep conditioned for a few weeks. It'll be okay. Just make sure you are putting in your sprays and moisturizing and hydrating your scalp. All right, so now I'm going to get into the pros of the kinky curly tape-ins, because even though it's a lot to manage, I actually really enjoy it. Obviously, or I would have gotten it taken out. So some of my pros are I can see and feel the new growth. Sometimes we don't actually know, like, is my hair growing? What's going on? Oh my God, do I need supplements? But, you know, just being able to physically see the evidence that like my hair is growing as the tape-ins loosen is like pretty satisfying. It's pretty satisfying, you know? Also, I love the extra length that the tape-ins give. The extra length and body is just like everything. It's just like I have 3 heads of hair on one. Cries. But yeah, I really do genuinely love the extra length and body, and it's just giving. It's just giving. It just looks like a great head of hair, like, you know? Also, they blend effortlessly. So actually, a conversation actually sparked up in the salon about how my hair literally is so perfect for these tape-ins because it blends effortlessly. No one would know that I had tape-ins in. No one would know. Y'all, I went to the World Natural Hair Show and the entire weekend, nobody knew I had tape-ins in my hair. Not even the girls I was working with every day. Until I said, oh my God, these tape-ins. They were like, what? Tape-ins? Girl, what are you talking about? You know, so they blend effortlessly. Like the color, the texture, do y'all see? Okay, so yes. When it does come to hair textures though, I do want to say that your hairstylist has got to be on point when she's matching the hair texture to your natural texture. My stylist knew what she was doing clearly. But if you are a 4C girl, type 4 hair is going to be the hardest match, especially when styling yourself at home. That's going to be the biggest challenge. So definitely take that into account. Make sure your stylist, ask your stylist for tips. So I wouldn't say that you shouldn't try it. I definitely think everyone should try the kinky-curly tape-ins. But just make sure your stylist matches the texture to yours. And especially if you're going to be doing wash and goes, make sure that it shrinks with your hair, Make sure it shrinks with your hair. So my hair is type 4, but it's not 4C. So I don't know. I just genuinely don't know. I don't want to, say something and put it out there when I just genuinely don't know how it's going to work in 4C hair. I really don't. But with my hair, it's blending, baby. It's blending, baby. All right. And I think that, like, honestly, I feel like there's so many different, obviously there's so many different type 4 hairs, but just the conversation around 4C hair specifically, everyone's like, that's not 4C, oh that's 4C, oh that's not 4C, that's 4C. It's like, to create a 4C tape-in, I thought people would be like, that's not 4C, so I don't know how it will work, but I definitely think that there should be a 4C option if there isn't already, and it would not be hard to make. Do I need to make it? Okay, because it would not be hard to make. Alright, so I'm looking on the website of the salon to see all the different textures of tape-ins that they have, and I see that they have Afro straight, which is kind of like a wave. It's like basically straight, but like with a nice wave. They have textured straight, so it looks like straightened black people hair. They have kinky afro, which is not what I have. So they have kinky afro, which that might be 4C. That might be for the 4C textures. Kinky afro. Whereas they have kinky curly. So mine are kinky curly tape-ins. And then they have naturally curly. Then they have body wave. And then they have straight tape-ins. Just regular straight tape-ins. So they do offer different types, y'all. They do offer different types. So moving on to my pros, I was able to achieve that effortless curly girl look. So you guys know, like, that effortless curly girl look where your hair is in its natural state and you can just flip it to the side and the curls just, and you flip it this way and your natural curls just, you know what I'm saying? I actually was able to achieve that with my braid outs. So my braid outs were just giving like this effortless, I'll put a video, but it was just giving like this effortless, sensual, natural, elongated curl look, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Okay. So another pro is that they last quite a while with proper care. They can last up to 3 months. I got these in on April 6th, and today is May 10th. So it's actually been over a month that I've had my kinky curly tape-ins. I've had one wash day. Today was my second on the 10th. And so yeah, here we are. I've lost a few, and then she put back in a few today in my tape-in maintenance appointment. So yeah, they last quite a while. This will really get you through the summer. But if you're going swimming, no. If you're going swimming in the beach and you're deep diving, oh, no, not for you, okay? Another pro is that it doubled, maybe even tripled the amount of hair on my head, which means thickness. It adds so much more thickness, especially for those of you who might have like alopecia or hair loss, or your hair is thinning, or you're stressed out, or your hair is falling out, or for pregnancy, when people are pregnant, they lose edges and hair loss and all types of things. This is such a great solution for women who are or men who are struggling with hair loss or just hair problems or just want a thicker look. And I think it's a great invention, whoever created it. I would have never thought hair and tape would mix or go or work, but it does. All right, so let's get into the cons, all right? Because this is the real deal. This is the truth. Although there are a lot of pros, there are some cons. I have to be honest and tell y'all the truth and how I really genuinely feel, and the things that I liked and the things that I didn't. All right. So what I didn't like so much was when I first, like the day I got my tape-ins in, my scalp was so tender, and I don't know why. I think I know why, and I think it's because I've never had extensions a day in my life. I've never had extensions a day in my life. My hair is, I mean, I've had protective styles, which we know your scalp can be a little, so I'm thinking that's the same sort of concept. You know, when you get a protective style, your scalp's a little like, same thing with the tape-ins. Your scalp is gonna be a little, but after like 2 days, I was fine. I didn't even feel anything. I even forgot the tape-ins were in there, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, my head was a little bit tender after the appointment, but after that, I ain't feel a thing, okay? You can't do styles. So another con is that you can't do styles that expose the scalp, or else the tape-ins will show. So I have to stick to the twist outs, braid outs, perm rod sets. I can't really do a slick back ponytail because the tape-ins, no. Can't do any slick back or slick downs, or I can do a pineapple, but to detangle up in that root, to get the puff to do what it do, it don't even look cute. It can go up, it just doesn't look good, okay? Well, on me at least, I should say. It doesn't look good on me. So yeah, you can't do like any special styles or like individuals unless you want your tape-ins to show, you know, you can do it. But yeah, I can't, like, there's this cute style on TikTok where like the girl did like a little mohawk situation, and then she did like rubber bands on the side, and you can't do any of that stuff. You have to stick to the styles that mostly keep your hair out so that it covers the tape-ins, you know? So yeah, that's a con. You are limited to the styles, even though I do have a vixen part where I can do half up, half down, and I can do 1, 2, 3, 4. I still can't do everything, so you are limited to some hairstyles that you can do. So another con is that my hair takes longer to dry. So it does, I will say, in a twist out it dried overnight, but in a braid out it took 2 days to dry. So just depending on how much hair is on your head and how thick your parts are, you may need to take days for your hair to dry rather than just like overnight. For me, without the tape-ins, overnight my hair is dry. With the tape-ins, we going 2 days, baby. At least 2 days. Yeah. Another con is you can't scratch your scalp freely. You have to be neat when you scratch, which is fine. It's not a big deal for some people. Some people, they want to pat their head and they want to really get in there. Like I said, keep it cute. Itchy itch, scratch scratch, okay? Another con is some tape-ins will slip out, which can result in unevenness or lopsidedness. Yeah, for the most part, mine look pretty even. I'm sure that they're not, because some have slipped out. And she didn't put them all back in. She just put back in the ones that would be a super noticeable difference. But yeah, some of the tape-ins will slip out, and luckily mine slipped out like, I really be getting lucky, y'all. My tape-ins slipped out like the same on each side almost. It was wild. It really was wild. You don't want your tape-ins to slip out and then your hair is lopsided, then you need to make an appointment. And the last con, which is the biggest con of all for me, like, you guys, this is the biggest con because my time, I'm already poor at time management. I already suck at being on time. And to style this hair takes forever. It takes forever. And I mean, like, it takes so long. Like, it takes so long. Let me tell y'all, okay, so this weekend I had planned to do so much on my Saturday. So much. So I braided up my hair the night before to do a braid out the next day, and braiding it up took so long. It took so long, you guys. I was up till 2:30 a.m. just braiding my hair down to take it out the next day. And then when I took it out the next day, it took me 3 hours. 3 hours. 3 hours to just unravel all of the braids on my head to have the beautiful braid out. 3 hours of my day gone that I was supposed to be enjoying my lovely Saturday afternoon. But instead I'm stuck. Oh my gosh, I was so blown. You guys, I literally was so blown. It takes forever to style this. So not only was I up late until 2:30 a.m. doing hair, but then the next day, another 3 hours of my time was taken just to take out the braids. Just to take out the braids. And if I didn't do the braids as small as they were, then they wouldn't have dried in time. If I had done them thicker to go to bed earlier than 2:30, then they wouldn't have been dry the next day. So I had, like, y'all, it's a lot of hair. So just be ready. That's all I'm gonna say. I know I started the video with that, but it's a lot of hair, okay? So yeah, that is all I have for this video. I do have, I think, about another month with these tape-ins in. I'm not going to keep them in for the full 3 months, I decided, because I do have some tutorials, some other videos, ideas that I have in the works and then that I want to get out. So I'm not going to limit myself to the hairstyles that I'm limited to with these tape-ins. But I am glad that I get to experience this and, you know, bring this to you guys. You know, although I do have a lot of hair and it's really thick, and I may not personally need the tape-ins, at least I'm here to be able to show you guys that this is an option for you all, and for those who are experiencing hair loss, or for those who just want another solution to their curly hair journey. You know, someone who's just looking for a nice little, someone who's going away for a month and just wants a nice little spruce of their hair. You know, there's so many options. This can be used for so many different reasons. It's such a great alternative to like other type of extensions, weaves, even just heat styles, you guys. This is such a great alternative. Like, add a little extra piece in there and keep it going. And I love like the amount of time that it lasts too. It's like having extended, it's like wearing clip-ins for an extended period of time. Literally, that's literally what it is. So I hope this video was super informative for you guys. I know a lot of people are interested in the kinky curly tape-ins. Thank you to everyone who is supporting me on my TikTok video. It is at like 212,000 views. So I hope this video helped you guys learn a little bit more about what it takes to maintain the kinky curly tape-ins. Again, this is my personal experience, and I just wanted to share some do's and don'ts and pros and cons that will help you on your journey. So thank you guys for tuning into this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Comment any other questions you may have below, and I'll be happy to answer. Make sure you subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.